Well, having a magnet is the most obvious way to make a magnetic field, but it turns out another way to make a magnetic field is to just run current through a wire. So what you're looking at here is a coil of wire through which there's actually no current being run right now. And you'll notice if I bring this compass by, the red needle on the compass is pointing that way, which after 13 years of teaching in this room, that way is north. And you notice the compass doesn't move around or do much because my north's just always that way. And so the compass is right now responding to the Earth's magnetic field, and that's why it just continues to point that way. Like even if I move the base of this compass, the magnet just continues to point toward the Arctic, right? Well, so if I start running current through this coil, which I'm going to run it this way, and that's why I've got these markers set up that as shown. What you see is the minute I turn this on, which is right now, you notice the jumped into this position. Now, a thing that you'll see is whenever you have current going through a wire going in, let's say, a direction like this, you get a magnetic field that wraps around it, say in the direction that my fingers are wrapping. And so you can see that with this compass. Watch as I bring the compass around. See how the compass is now moving in a direction that follows a circular path around this wire over here. Okay, so this is the first of what's called of a couple what are called right-hand rules that I'll show. Over on this side, the current is going in this direction. The magnetic field wraps around in the direction that your fingers of your right hand would go. So you pretend to grab this with your thumb in the direction of the current, and the field wraps around like this, as you can see with this compass. Right. Over here on the other side, the current's going down toward the table. So again, you pretend to grab that with your thumb pointed in the direction of the current, and what that would predict is that the field will now circulate around this way. So pointing this way through the middle and then wrapping around and going back through the middle. Well, let's check it. Here's our compass. We wrap around and come back, okay? So there's the magnetic field. Now watch when I turn the current off, the compass just drifts back to its original position. And now I'll quick turn the current back on. There's off. It's a little laggy. Back on and off again. Back on. Right? So there's this, when you run the current, you generate this magnetic field that points in the direction that your fingers would go if you grab the wire with your thumb in the direction of the current.